everyone, my name is Liz Tapia, and I'm from Minnesota. I am a friend of Sean's. He has actually given me this opportunity to speak to you guys, so I actually want to take a moment to thank him for that. Thank you, Sean, for all that you're doing, that you're pouring into your ministry, and for giving people an opportunity to share a word that inspires them or speaks to them in hopes of reaching others and speaking to them too. If I would have the privilege of titling this devotion, I actually went along with the theme of what my pastor is doing right now in our church, is doing a call, and he follows it up with a call to unity one week, a call to conquer another, a call to worship. I would like to call mine a call to peace. So the verse that I have to go with this, I actually have two, and I feel like they both have really spoke to me in my life and the worries and the frustrations that I've had in my life, and just feeling like things can't come fast enough, you know? Sometimes it is hard to trust in God and the plan that he has for you. So it's always interesting when something comes along and it just transforms the whole way that you think about it, the way you thought about it before, and gives you a new perspective and a new idea. So if you've already heard these things before, it's going to be nothing new, I'm sure. I'm just thankful to be able to share something that inspired me and helped me. So I would like to first read out of Matthew 6:33. This is Jesus teaching on worry. So Matthew 6:33 says, "But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you." I remember, it's been about a year or two now. I was kind of at a point in my life where it felt like it was just this. It was just happening. Nothing new, nothing bad, really. It just felt like my life wasn't moving forward. And sometimes I know it can feel like that in ministry, in relationships, in just your own mind. Sometimes it just happens like that, you know? But I was talking to my brother about it one day, and I was just like, Josh, my brother's name is Josh. I was like, I'm just not sure what I'm going to do next. Like, what's my next move? Like, where am I going? What am I going to do? Do I just keep doing what I'm doing? I was kind of feeling stuck in my job. I was feeling stuck in my friendships, all those kinds of things. And just kind of all kept piling up. And although I had trust in God, it just sometimes you just felt like, man, something should be happening right now, or something should be moving forward. So my brother was like, well, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. I was like, all right, yeah. I was like, yeah, I get it. I understand it. Seeking first the kingdom of God, following after him, doing the best you can to follow his teachings. But sometimes I just feel like, oh, I need it right now. Like, why hasn't it happened yet? Why hasn't anything been happening to me, kind of thing, And I remember I was like, oh, you know what? I was like, why don't we read a little bit in Matthew then? And, we can read. And so I went to go grab my Bible, and I opened up my Bible to exactly Matthew. I didn't have a bookmark or anything. I opened up to literally exactly where it was, and I've even circled it right there. And I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, what? Josh, look, I opened up right there. And so it just kind of was like, okay, yeah. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to get a bookmark out of my Bible to save that spot, right? So I go to another spot, and I pull out this one, and it says, seek ye first the kingdom of God. And I got this at a Torch conference in Minnesota. One of my friends, she was saving up money to go on a trip, and to Latvia, I think. She was saving up to go on a trip, and she was selling these for like $1 or something like that. And I picked up a couple of them, and I just happened to have this exact one in my Bible. And so that was just really cool. It was just kind of like, yeah, I do need to seek first the kingdom of God. I do need to seek after God, and these things will follow after. And so I just want to encourage you to, if it feels like you're stuck in a place where it's not bad, but it's also not good, you're just you're maintaining. you're maintaining. I want us to feel like we're thriving, that we're not just surviving. And sometimes it can feel like that you're just trying to survive, you're just trying to make it to the next day. But it takes more, I feel, to thrive than it does to survive. And I just want to encourage everybody to take heart on that, seeking the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. But there's also another time where I was struggling with fear of things that could happen in the future. And the situation I was in, it just felt like, man, just so much coming against me. It's like, man, this is ever gonna let up. And I was reading in Proverbs 133 says, but whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely and shall be quiet from fear of evil. And in that moment, when I read that, I was like, wow. Yeah, a lot of times I don't know if people are like this, I like to just talk about it to my mom or talk about it to my family and just kind of like lay it all out, this whole thing that's going on. And I do more talking about it to other people than I do talking about it to God sometimes. And it just kind of put me back in like okay, I know what I need to do, which brought me back then to my original like kind of anthem verse for Matthew 6:33, which is, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all things shall be added unto you. So it kind of brought me back to that place where it was like, okay, I remember how impactful that verse was, and now I'm understanding how impactful this one is for me. And I put my trust in him for all of that, through that whole thing, and everything worked out. Everything just had a way of just falling into place, and I just felt so much peace after that. And through that whole thing, that I'm just thankful that God gives us that he helps us understand things and he helps us move forward in things. I definitely had a lot of wisdom going into that. And I would just encourage you to seek after wisdom and continue to read the word. Proverbs is always a great one to read through. There's definitely a lot of good things all around. And there's even more good things if we seek them out. So I hope everybody stays blessed and stays healthy. And I want to just thank Sean again for this opportunity. And I hope everybody has a great rest of May. Thank you.